Hey everyone, I'm Nate Lambert from Red River, and today we're going to look at Microsoft OneNote, and we're going to show you how you can export some of your notes directly from the platform so you can share them with your peers and colleagues. All right, so jumping into the platform quickly, what we wanted to share, and as you've been watching, hopefully you've been watching the series so far on OneNote and how we can add a little productivity to your workflows. One of the things we talked about in the last video was integrating meeting notes kind of right into the OneNote platform. So we showed you how you could take an existing Outlook calendar invite, import it to OneNote, and then take notes right in there. And then you can track a little bit more accurately the invitees, who's there, which can really be a huge time saver if you've got a large meeting with a bunch of invitees. Most of us spend a lot of time kind of writing all that down in Notepad or in an Outlook message or something like that. So once you've gotten that done, right, and you've imported the meeting overview and you've added all your notes, you can see here I kind of added some sample notes. Follow-up item being that Corinne's going to schedule the next meeting. We're going to maybe do another series on how you can use OneNote inside of Teams. Keep an eye out for that. So now I've got all that and I want to save it or share it out. A really good use case for this is for those who might have customer interfaces, right? So let's say your customer, you're on a meeting with them and you're going to send them like a roll-up of your meeting notes. So rather than copying all of those bullets into an Outlook message and just sending it by email, you could certainly do that. There's kind of a cleaner way you can do it though. So if you go up to File and you go to Export here, you can actually select a custom format. Now, if you know you're sending this to someone who's using OneNote, you could use either the page, section, or notebook, right? You could decide, what am I actually exporting? Am I just exporting this one page, or do I want to give them my whole OneNote calendar, my OneNote book? All right, so if you come up here to File and go to Export, then it's going to give you some options on how much information you want to export. For now, we're just going to stick with the page because I just want to export the notes from the meeting today to do the YouTube videos with Corinne. So that's what I'm going to do. And then over here on the right, it'll let you know which format you can use. So if I knew for a fact that she was going to manage this in OneNote, I could certainly send her just a OneNote file, right? But expanding on that use case we just talked about, where you might be using like a customer interface or sending it to a third party, you probably want to use something like Word or PDF. My favorite is just to export it to a PDF, so then I can email that to my customers, right? So rather than copying notes from OneNote into email, sending them across, I can put it into a standalone document, and I'll share that with you in a second. It's a nice, clean way to send your meeting notes out to your customers. So if I click Export to PDF, it's going to ask me what I'd like to save this to. For this one, I guess I'll just save it to my Documents folder as my YouTube meeting notes. I could add a date or anything that I need there. So from there, OneNote actually has the ability to create a pretty, in my opinion, it's a pretty clean kind of PDF roll-up, right? So obviously this is an example. There aren't a ton of attendees. We don't have a ton of notes, but you can imagine that if this was like a large project kickoff call or something kind of substance, right? I'd have kind of the date and time already loaded in there. I've got the meeting subject already preloaded. Everyone that was there, those hyperlinks still work, so I can pretty easily identify a participant, reach out to them. This is great if you have to share like a contact list with your client or a peer, and they're not going to necessarily have everyone's email. They'd all be stored in here. And then I can just save and share this as needed to our customers or whomever might need this. So it's a really, really convenient way to kind of export meeting notes. It's also a really good way to get comfortable working in OneNote. So that way you can then kind of get that data elsewhere there. So you don't feel like all the information is just stuck inside of the one platform. So that's all the time we have today on the Red River YouTube channel. I really appreciate you coming and checking out this OneNote video. Hope you've kind of enjoyed the series. Be sure to like and comment on this video if there's stuff you'd like to see us do in the future. Also, be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel if you have not already. We greatly appreciate that. And be sure to come on back next time. We really hope you learned something. Thanks.